Power operates in the shadows, but you can see beyond the surface.
The world thinks artificial intelligence is still experimental, still harmless, still helping people write emails, generate images, answer questions. But behind locked military facilities, inside underground Pentagon programs, AI is already being trained for war. Not theoretical war, real war. The terrifying part? Most people have no idea how far it's already gone. And if military insiders are right, the first fully AI-driven conflict may have already begun. For decades, America's military dominance depended on one thing: human decision-making. Generals, analysts, pilots, commanders, humans controlled the battlefield. But modern warfare changed everything. Because today, there's simply too much information. Satellites watching entire continents, thousands of drones, billions of intercepted signals, cyber attacks happening in milliseconds. No human being can process all of it fast enough anymore. And America's enemies know that. China is investing heavily into military AI. Russia is building autonomous combat systems. Nations across the world are racing toward one terrifying goal: a battlefield where machines think faster than humans. And according to Pentagon officials, the United States believes it cannot afford to fall behind. So quietly, without massive public attention, the Pentagon began building something new: an AI war infrastructure. Not one system, an entire ecosystem. Algorithms trained to detect threats, predict attacks, analyze battlefields, even assist with kill decisions. And suddenly, the question wasn't whether AI would enter warfare. The question became, how much control humans are willing to surrender? One of the Pentagon's most important AI projects was reportedly designed for a simple purpose: speed. Because in modern war, seconds matter, maybe even milliseconds. Military officials feared something called decision paralysis, a moment where commanders become overwhelmed by too much data, too many threats, too many possibilities. And in that delay, a nation could lose everything. So defense contractors and AI researchers began building systems capable of analyzing battlefield information instantly, faster than any human team ever could. At first, the systems only made recommendations: threat detected, suspicious movement identified, possible missile launch. But military technology has a pattern. Every tool eventually evolves. And over time, the line between assisting humans and replacing them started to blur. Quietly, almost invisibly. Then came autonomous drones, machines capable of navigating, identifying targets, and coordinating attacks with minimal human input. Swarm warfare. Hundreds of AI-controlled drones moving together like a single organism, not reacting emotionally, not hesitating, not getting tired. Military simulations reportedly showed terrifying results. Human operators struggled to keep up. AI systems adapted faster, predicted faster, reacted faster. And suddenly, something deeply uncomfortable became clear. The battlefield itself was changing. Not slowly, immediately. But the real fear wasn't drones, or surveillance, or even autonomous weapons. It was escalation. Because AI doesn't think like humans, doesn't understand fear, mercy, exhaustion, or consequences. An algorithm only sees objectives, efficiency, probability. And military experts began asking terrifying questions. What happens if two rival AI military systems misinterpret each other? What happens if an AI predicts an incoming attack incorrectly? What happens when machines start responding faster than humans can intervene? Some analysts warned about something called flash wars, conflicts unfolding so quickly that human leaders might lose the ability to stop them. Imagine missiles launched because an algorithm detected a threat pattern. Imagine retaliation happening automatically. Imagine world leaders receiving alerts after the escalation has already started. And then, there's cyber warfare, perhaps the most invisible battlefield on Earth. AI systems are already being trained to detect vulnerabilities, penetrate networks, and respond to attacks automatically. The terrifying reality? The first AI war may not begin with explosions. It may begin silently. Inside power grids, financial systems, communication networks. And by the time the public realizes what's happening, it could already be too late. Then came the moment that changed everything. Military leaders started publicly discussing AI autonomy, not in science fiction, in real policy conversations. The Pentagon began openly testing AI-assisted targeting systems. Autonomous surveillance operations expanded. Defense companies received massive AI contracts. And suddenly, what once sounded impossible became normalized. The public barely noticed. But inside defense circles, the conversation had already shifted. Not, should AI enter warfare? But, how autonomous should it become? That distinction matters. Because once militaries become dependent on AI speed, turning back becomes almost impossible. If one country allows fully autonomous systems, others may feel forced to follow. No nation wants slower decision-making during war, and history has shown something dangerous. When powerful weapons are created, eventually someone uses them. Now imagine the near future. A military satellite detects unusual movement. AI systems classify it as a potential strike preparation. Threat probability rises. Automated systems alert defense networks instantly. Countermeasures activate. Another nation's AI interprets those countermeasures as aggression. Response protocols begin. Escalation accelerates. Not because humans wanted war, but because machines interpreted patterns faster than diplomacy could react. That's the nightmare scenario military analysts fear most. A conflict moving beyond human speed, beyond human judgment, beyond human control. And perhaps the strangest part of all, this isn't some distant science fiction scenario anymore. Pieces of this infrastructure already exist. Right now, quietly operating behind military networks most people will never see. The AI arms race is no longer beginning. It's already underway. Every major military revolution changed humanity forever. Gunpowder, nuclear weapons, the internet. But AI warfare may become something different entirely. Because for the first time in history, human beings may create weapons capable of making complex battlefield decisions on their own. And once that line is crossed, there may be no clear way back. The real danger isn't evil machines. It's humans slowly surrendering control because machines are simply faster, more efficient, more effective. For years, people imagined future wars would begin with explosions. But the next global conflict may begin with data, an invisible decision, made inside a machine, somewhere deep inside a classified system. An algorithm may already be learning how to fight humanity's next war. And the most unsettling part? It may not need us nearly as much as we think. The age of AI warfare didn't arrive in the future. It arrived quietly, while the world was distracted.